Shrink's back in the house here. He's got a visitor. It's been a while, I know. But his name's Raph, and of course we met through a used audio site. And I guess he saw my, did you see a video or something like that? And then you reached out through a PM. You did. It was a personal message.
I think it was on the forums. I don't usually
go on those though.
I might have seen something you wrote.
Oh, at YouTube. I might have posted a video on there, which is not the best thing to do because the trolls come out.
Yeah, I think
they hit you.
It was. I think I messaged you through there anyway.
Yeah. You did. I saw a personal message, and he had something going on, so we met, and I went out there, and we met. Right. It's always nice to meet new people. So he's got a really nice setup at home. You know, we enjoyed that for a while. A couple hours playing everything. Like, we must have been hitting how many dBs in your room? I swear it was over 100 a couple times.
I listened pretty loud. I think we probably took it to, just over 100, something like that.
Yeah, he's got these speakers that are just kick-ass. They got the passive radiator. I'm a fan of those designs as well because I've owned them, and they, like the open baffles here, you think you're going to get blown out of the room, but they don't really move air. Do they? A passive radiator more disperses the low end, does it? Because I could get it close to the wall, and I never had issues.
It moves quite a bit of air, actually.
Oh, they do, eh?
Yeah, just as a
what is the difference?
A port does.
Okay, so what's the difference between like a sub driver or base driver to a passive radiator?
It's just a way of tuning the box. So it's kind of like if you wanted to extend the base of your driver, you might do so with a port, and then instead, alternatively, you can do so with a passive radiator.
I get it.
And then each one will have its own advantages, and you might want to choose one over the other. Right. But that's not to say that a port is bad. Like, you can do a good job with a port.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just as you can do a good job with passive radiator. So, I think it's both are good,
Yeah, it's just a different design philosophy. There's front port, rear port, bottom port, passive radiator. There's, my open baffle.
Yeah.
People think, how the hell are they going to have bass? Well,
yeah.
You heard it, and you saw it with your own machine. So anyway, that's where we're going with this. I just thought he was coming over because I told him about the Bel Canto. I've had a few people over here, and for all the haters that say I talk about it too much, well, it's a component that I feel very, very highly about. For some people that just kind of want to be done with the trial and error thing, right? They're getting tired of it, and some people love doing that, and some don't. So I don't know. I didn't mean to buy it. It came in here, and it just did things I didn't think it was going to be able to do, and that's why I own it. So Raph got a chance to listen to it briefly. I don't know. What did you think? I mean, honestly, from what it's doing, like streaming it so stable, and for the sound, right through the spatial.
Yeah,
that's the connect.
Well, it's hard for me to say the Bel Canto on its own,
right?
Because I'm listening to it in your home, with your speakers, the way that you've got it set up, the way that we're sitting. Everything is, are things that I'm not really all that familiar with. It's not like we're comparing devices. So all I can say is. All I can speak to is as the setup as a whole.
Right.
Well, where I'm sitting with your speakers.
No treatment in the room.
Yeah, that's right. No treatment.
No software that measured the room or anything prior.
Yeah. So I think it sounds really good. Like I think I prefer the spatials over the totem, or I should say the spatial combination.
Yeah. So do I
personally.
Yep.
And. I think at first too I was looking at the bookcase, or sorry, the vinyl rack, and then the positioning of the speakers, but thinking that maybe there would be something to do with the imaging. But you know what, I got a really rock solid image when I was sitting in the
I've always
hot seat
believed
there.
it too. Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the speaker itself, and the way that it's placed and its relationship with the room. So I think you've done a good job in laying things out, and the audience, they might not be able to see, but it's all open back here. So Dave's not up against a wall or anything like that. The room just goes all the way.
I've explained that many times. Usually these are haters just coming on, right? Just because envy or whatever it may be. But this guy knows what. I mean, he helps build speakers for clients, right? So he has a lot of knowledge. So I always get a little bit. No one wants to be told that their system they have a bad ear or anything like that. And I have confidence with the little knowledge that I have technically that this would sound good. So he brought a surprise over that I didn't think he was going to bring. And he brings over this microphone and this software that he connects to his laptop. And it's not your regular one that you get with your components. But he did what would you call it? What you did to test the setup. You measured. Yeah,
we just did a sweep. We did a full frequency sweep at the listening position to see, what we're hearing when we're sitting down listening to music, the way that the speakers interact with the room, how deep they play, and we just fooled around with it and just kind of saw what they did, what they were capable of, and they do play low. They play low.
How low did they get the spatials in this room here? Wasn't it 24?
I don't remember, but he's got some good boundary reinforcement and no huge issues. Like I've seen some rooms where the peaks and nulls land in spots that you really don't want them, and then people spend a lot of effort chasing those things, trying to flatten those peaks or trying to fill those nulls. But there were actually no major issues in Dave's hot seat, and if anything, the room was complementary to his positioning, so it actually helped the spatials extend quite a bit further down. I think it was something like 20 something hertz.
Which blew me away. I knew I had good bass in the room. I knew that the room, when I bought this place, the first thing I looked at was the drawings. Like, where was the system going to go, and is it even worth building one in the room? So to have someone with the technical savvy to come in here and compliment but we did do some minor adjustments, which I've always known speaker placement is huge, but when you're limited in that area, that's why I went with the open baffle design, because it removes wall boundaries and it makes it far easier to place. We moved them maybe an inch or two, and we watched the graph change dramatically. It was incredible. I've never experienced anything like it. And it was a surprise from Raph to do. I'm really grateful to him for doing that, I love the people that I've met on this journey. And and then we even did the whole different system. So that was the Bell Canto and Spatial. Then we did the line magnetic with the totems, right? And it was a little, I don't know, it was still pretty good, right? Overall, not quite as...
Yeah, I think the room is pretty friendly, actually. I think the room is pretty friendly.
Yeah.
But the totems, they don't quite extend as low. And, overall, I just prefer the tonality of the spatials. Also, I think that the spatials, though the spatials are able to mitigate the room a little better in that they have a nice tight image, the totems don't do as well, and I think that probably has to do with their dispersion. They light up the room a little bit more.
They're very dynamic though, wouldn't you say, for a speaker of this size?
Yeah, I think it's as dynamic as it could be. I'm biased towards bigger drivers to begin with anyways.
Sure.
And so I'm accustomed
to
that, so I think that's why I would lean towards the spatials.
Yeah, and they're both around the same price. I mean, I just think the spatials it's just a hell of a value. I mean, so that's why it's never left the room, and it never will. There's just no reason. They do everything the way I want them to in my space, right? I love the look of them. He likes the look of them. You like the look of them.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
But again, I'm so grateful to do this video. I'm not a guy banging off tons of videos or doing reviews, and I never will, because to tell you the truth, it's just too easy. I want to create stuff from the heart. I don't need stuff mailed to me and then talk about it, ship it out. Meanwhile, I didn't buy it, tell you all how great it is. The only components I will recommend are ones that have been with me for years. So, And you guys know that. But anyway, that's been long enough. Really grateful to have Raph over here and to have him as someone in my life. He's doing really well. He's a young man, family and stuff. And, you know, he knows my story, as most of you do. And semi-retired now. We'll see if that, I just take each day at a time. So anyway, thanks a lot. Like and subscribe, guys. See you, Raph.
Bye.
Take care. That was good.